there are some products and some type of business channels that Amazon FBA is definitely good for. But there are also other channels where Amazon FBA will be cost prohibitive to your business, and just directly go against your bottom line and take away that profit margin. Additionally, Amazon FBA is not going to, when you're doing some kind of startup where you're not yet sure of what your sales are going to be, and you're working more so off of forecasted numbers for orders, based on kind of your initial beta testing, Amazon FBA may not be right for you at that point, because they're not going to want to store your goods for a long period of time where they don't turn quickly and all of that, and you're just going to be incurring a high amount of cost for the potential opportunity for Amazon to take your goods to market. So in the case of that, definitely investigate all of those different cost channels. Really think through, what does this look like if my projections for sales are 50%, 75%, even 25% of what I think initially for a period of time. So then that way you have a good understanding of where your cost buckets are going to be and what it takes to get that out. Additionally, Amazon is not big on specialty type of things where they're having to do much outside of just putting the item in a box and shipping it out. I mean, I think everyone here has probably got a box from Amazon where you have a 3x3x5 box inside of a 14x10x12 box, and you're just like, this makes no sense. So keep in mind when you're taking your goods to market that may be something your product incurs when shipping through Amazon, whereas with a 3PL, your span of control for how your good ships and how it's taken to market is much, much more controlled and concise based on the specifications that you've outlined to your 3PL service provider. The next one is sacrificing quality and levels of service for costs. So what that means is not all 3PLs are created equal, right? A lot of times 3PLs or certain 3PLs will give you a very, very low cost point. And it's choosing someone strictly based on cost shouldn't be something that you do. In all cases, do your due diligence, investigate why it's so cheap. Is the service offering that they're giving you the same as what your expectations are? Is the service offering that they're giving you the same as these other channels that you've investigated? Because when you're doing a startup or when you're taking your goods to market, period, you want to ensure that your standards are being met, corners aren't being cut, safety precautions for your products are being taken to ensure that your orders get to your customers in the correct quantities, on time and in full. Because at the end of the day, what matters most is that your customer gets the good that they paid for, either at the time they expected it or ahead of when they expected it. So cheap doesn't always mean you have the best possible method. Sometimes you have to pay a little bit more to get the quality that you're looking for. In all cases, whether that's with a 3PL or any other shipping company, you should work with somebody that has a proven track record that can verify the thing, and you can verify the things that they are telling you, whether that's through customer testimony, whether that's through direct metrics from the channels that they're shipping through, Amazon, Walmart, all of those things. You want to find somebody that can walk the talk and meet your needs and be an extension of your business and help you grow. The next one is KPIs and expectations during negotiations. So a lot of times during the startup process, people will kind of not have a good understanding of what KPIs they're looking for. And when I say KPI, what I mean by that is the measurable metrics that you want your shipping company to adhere to, whether that's 99% of orders filled on time, same day, whether that's your quality standards are met 99, 100% of the time, and that the orders are filled in full more often than not. The best possible way for you to ensure that your standards are hit are if you make all of them clear and known during the negotiation process from the very start, prior to even signing a contract. Any good 3PL will allow you to do a test scenario where you bring some goods into their company and run a test shipment, whether that's a single container, a single shipment, whatever the case might be, for them to prove to you that they can meet the standards that you have set forth and get the goods to your customers on time. Anyone that won't allow you to do a test scenario should definitely raise some red flags. And the final point is forgetting to investigate and negotiate shipping rates. So this kind of especially lends itself to those bulky, overweight, oversized type of goods. When you're doing your investigation process and kind of mapping out what your costs are going to be to take your goods to market, whether that's in bulk or whether it's in a single unit directly to an end user, you want to be sure to investigate, hey, what is this going to cost me to ship on a consistent basis at these standards? What is it going to cost me to send directly to this person's house? Because there's different things that affect that. Because if you're sending orders to a city, the rate is going to be one thing, but if you're sending orders to mostly rural users where there are not a lot of other stops around it, there are extra charges that are incurred because of that. If you're sending orders that are big, bulky, heavy, that require extra handling, special handling, there are additional charges associated with that as well. So failure to plan for those unforeseen charges and unknown charges is another risk to your business that a good 3PL will help you circumnavigate and, bring to the table and say, hey, this, based on what I see with your products, these are potential charges that you may incur. Have you planned for these? Have you thought about this? Are you aware of these type of things? And then additionally, a good 3PL has a good relationship with all of these different shipping points and can help negotiate better rates for you in lieu of all of those things.